You will never find a viral YouTube video without one of the following hooks. And if you want to go viral as a YouTuber, you have to know them. Hooks are those little tricks that you add to your video that make viewers who see your video go like, wait a minute, I need to see this. They would stay more engaged with your video, and if your video is getting better engagement, better retention, definitely your channel begins to grow. There is a small bonus for those who watch this video to the end. So now let's start to count down the 7 types of hooks you can use in your video to get better engagement. Number 7, visual hooks. You can start your video with a cinematic shot or do another activity in your video aside you teaching or talking to the camera that gets your audience thinking, oh, what is he doing? Like in their mind, it's actually a subconscious level of thoughts. They still pay attention to you, but that gets them following what you are saying. You may observe YouTubers get your attention with cinematic shots like overhead shots. You would see that in MrBeast's video if you watch it. And you would see that big YouTubers use a lot of camera movements and outside shoot with other activities going on in the background, use of props and changing scenes. Even Pretty Privilege gets a VIP pass in this hook category. Good looks really does have its perks. So let's not deceive ourselves. It's not everybody that has that exceptional, magnetically attractive look. So let's check out the other types of look. Let's look at this. Boring hooks. Number 6, value hook. Let your viewers know from the beginning of the video what value they are going to get from that video. Give an immediate value from the get-go or make a promise. For instance, I can say in just 3 minutes, I will tell you how to double your income as a freelancer on Upwork. If I start my video with that, those who are trying to learn freelancing on Upwork will definitely be interested in watching the remaining part of my video. Have you figured out the exact types of hook I used in the beginning of this video? If you have not, wait till the end of this video and I will show you. Then another form of this type of value hook is immediate action. I can say something like, do this now and you will get 4,000 subscribers within the next 2 days. So that is a good way to start a video. Try that in your next video. Let's move on to the next one. Audio hooks. Sometimes you can use unexpected sounds, exclamations, tone change, or pitch change to grab attention in the first few seconds of your video. Another way to do this is to make a very bold statement at the start of your video. This works especially for YouTube Shorts, TikTok videos. It also works for long form videos. To start with a bold statement like, you've been doing this wrong your whole life, or mention the name of a popular YouTuber, popular person in your niche and say that the advice the person gave is wrong. Like something that sounds controversial. For example, you can say something like this in the beginning of your video. The advice Mr. Big gave about retention is completely wrong. Or another way to go about this is to mention a popular person in your niche and say they have a problem. You can start with something like, Sean Cannell has a problem. You see, makers of movies treat sound as super important. Smart content creators should do the same to keep viewers glued to their content. Viral YouTubers borrow this idea a lot. Maybe this is a good time to borrow 2 seconds of your time to please help hit the like button, smash it. And if you're not subscribed to this YouTube channel, please subscribe. Number 4, question hook. Do you have a question you can ask at the beginning of your video that can make prospective viewers pause? If you don't have, take a time to think about it or make some research about those kind of questions that relate to the specific video you are creating at that point in time. For instance, you can ask people at the beginning of your video a question like, struggling to grow your YouTube channel? Then after asking the question, you follow it up with facts or an answer to that problem. Maybe like out of 5 answers you have, you follow it up with the first one, then you can keep up with the rest in the rest of the video. For example, I can say in the beginning of a video, have you ever wondered why some YouTubers do well and others don't? then I follow it up with a solution. It could be because they are not incorporating story hooks in their video. So let's consider story hooks. Story hook. We all love a good story because it's almost always build an instant connection. It is like sharing a secret with a friend. The first time I got 75,000 views on TikTok, I almost ran crazy. You know, I started getting a lot of DMs. You know what these DMs are about? Don't you want to hear the remaining part of the story? That is a story hook. Another example of that is saying something like, last year, I almost quit my YouTube, but that is another story hook. Number 2, teaser hooks. You must have seen some of your favorite podcasters use this in their YouTube videos, whereby before a 1-hour podcast begins, there would be a 30 seconds session at the beginning of the video that would be fast-paced and have all the sound effects. That would be an highlight of the different best moments in the entire conversation. So that is a teaser. So another way you can use teaser in your video is to say something in the beginning of your video like, at the end of this video, I'm going to reveal, then you say something big that you're going to reveal. Just the same way I used it somewhere in this video where I said, I'm going to give a bonus, which is the bonus tip. Number 1, relatable scenario hook. For example, you can tap into a specific experience that is common to both you and your viewers. An example of that is one I use on my main freelance channel. I can say something like, you know that feeling when you are struggling to get your first job as a new freelancer? So that is a hook. It actually makes your audience feel understood. Do you understand that? If yes, hit the like button. Bonus tip, forget with unexpected things that make your viewer feel, what is he doing? Or what is she doing in their mind? An example of this is a guy who, when he is speaking, he has no hair at all, but he would use his comb to be combing his bald head. It's always very funny. And you may need to use a combination of the hooks I have demonstrated so far to get your viewers engaged. You don't have to use all of them. But before I go, I challenge you, yes, you, to use 1 or 2 of these hooks we have discussed in this video in your next video. But before you go, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. And you can check out this other video on how to design your thumbnail pretty fast.